Dr. Maris is in town, and he's going to be by in about 30 minutes or so. Ronald Maris, PhD. He's authored many books, Suicide and Life-Threatening Behaviors. Harvard University, member of National Science Foundation.
Good to meet you.
How you doing? Pleased to meet you.
Thanks for having me come.
Oh, I'm glad you came down. You don't know. Come on in and out. Glad to have you here.
Not the most pleasant circumstances.
Yeah.
If I were doing this and somebody said, here's a person, we don't know whether it was a suicide or a homicide, what would there have to be present in order for this to end up being a suicide? I can tell you what's common. Depression is very common. There should be some evidence of depression. Number two, some sort of substance abuse, either alcohol or, in this case, there was some cocaine in the blood. Number three, people around him should say there's been some suicide ideas. Some people should say he's been talking about it, he's thought about it. Number four, prior suicide attempt. Had he ever made an attempt?
No.
Isolation. People who are suicidal are isolated. They're by themselves.
Never by himself.
Okay, so we get lots of negatives. Either marital, family, or love problems. Work problems. Problems with, where just got a job, so he had a future as far as work. Hopelessness. Future just couldn't go on. No way I can go on.
Just had a newborn.
Here's one that we know the answer to. Older white male. Suicide is mainly a white person's way of dealing with problems. It's not a black person's way of dealing with problems. Other things that you'd look for. Was he irritable or angry? Because usually when people are suicidal, they have a certain amount of aggression in them. It's a little bit high.
I talked to him that Sunday, and he was in good spirits, At his parents' house with his girlfriend, and he was in excellent
Let me
spirits.
just run
Let
through this.
run through the list.
Get through the list, and then we'll talk about it. Another factor is stress or bad life events. Any health problems, like physical health. And then finally, the last one is just a repetition of all the above. I call it a suicidal career. Most suicides, like this, just pick somebody. Ernest Hemingway is a suicide. Daughter and granddaughter just killed herself. He had all of these. He had all 14 of these. In Antoine's case, I'll bet you he didn't have a majority of them. Now, if he doesn't, then that's indication that there's something wrong here.